It's the month of June, and to be honest, it's one of my favorite months, and it's also one of my not so funny good months. Anyways, let's get into it. You can tell by the topic, the title, or the poster, whatever you saw, that you know what I'm talking about. So let's get into it, please. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Godlike Jersey podcast. It's your girl, like, way of Yeshua. Come on now. All right. Stay. Now let's talk true. Let's talk true. I feel like I underestimate this month. June is packed. And the topics that I have for people in this month, we are on level run inside Goda and go and rest there, but I'm not doing it. But let's talk about this topic. June is Scoliosis Awareness Month. Ooh. I haven't posted because generally I've just been thinking about what this month means to me. Yeah, it's to create awareness for scoliosis, but I feel like to everyone that is going through, scoliosis has one thing or the other to say about the month, and I didn't want to say something amiss or something that didn't make sense. If you get what I'm saying. Get my gist? Alright. Anyways, I love this month because it helps me reflect on how far I've come in my scoliosis journey and, just give thanks to God that, things are getting better. Day by day, things are. And yeah, this month, the past few months have been tough on my back, and literally, I bend, I'm in pain. I stand, I'm in pain. I move, I'm in pain. I lay down, I'm in pain. I sit down, I'm in pain. I'm literally in pain 24/7 now. And some days are better than others. But on just some days that are better than others, I'm grateful because when I tell you that the pain is paining and adulting is kicking my butt, guys, generally. So I'm going to relate my scoliosis journey for the past year to my stay in Lagos. Oh my God, am I doing that accent? Oh, cute. Okay, let's not derail. I'm going to relate it to my stay in Lagos, Jumping bus is not the easiest thing. It has not been the easiest thing. I enter bus in the morning. First of all, I walk to my bus stop because I cannot see bus from my front of my house or something. So I'll just take me to the bus stop or a bike or something. I'll walk. I'll now enter bus. I first even stand with my luggage, with my laptop, with my food, with my normal bag, carry everything. See me on the road, you see me walking fast because I wasn't getting work early. And it's funny because my body does not agree with me. When I'm doing, my body's like, "Auntie, go and sit down." I'm like, "No, I gotta get to work, And, jumping bus, I'll drop from that bus stop, I'll run to the next, run past the express to enter the other bus. That kind of thing. It's just generally painful already. And then I'm doing that and it's just my body's my back is if I pay in tomorrow, don't stress me. Now, one thing about scoliosis is that hot water is my best friend. Especially in cold weathers. In hot weathers, I can still manage to use cold water. I like cold water, to be honest. And most of the times in cold weather, I used to hear what I still use cold water at the bath. But hot water is my best friend. I literally will bath with hot, scorching water. Because if I don't, I'm not going to be able to move and go anywhere. There's a particular morning I woke up and I couldn't get up. It took me a whole whooping 30 minutes to finally move from my bed. It wasn't I didn't want to get up. I tried and it hurt. I just went back to lying down it's not me, I help people. And I just kept saying I just kept asking God to help me, give me strength because I need to get up. And then I finally get up and I go and bath. And because I had not turned on the heater, I had to just go to the bath. That hurt, to be honest. I went to work in pain that day. I was like, y'all should not even just do something small. I'll just cry. But seriously, jumping bus is not the best. But I would say walking helps, and it has always helped. It helps me stretch my bones. And stretching also helps a lot. A whole lot. Now I'm going to tell you out there that if you're struggling with scoliosis, you're not alone. I feel your pain. I'm going through it. And I know how you feel. But don't let that stop you from doing the things that God has placed in your hand. Don't let that stop you from making the most of your life in God. Now, I remember complaining to God. Yeah, complaining. I wasn't asking. I was literally complaining and telling him that, excuse me, sir, I'm not going to pray about this scoliosis again. Like, at this point, I don't feel like he wants it to go. I've given up. It seems like you're not listening to me on that one. On that aspect, it seems like you're not listening to me. And so, therefore, I'm not going to pray about it any longer. Y'all, I told him, I said, I'm not going to pray about it. I'm not praying about it anymore. Thanks and God bless. I was like, if you want to take it, take it. If you don't want to take them, no take them. I don't care again. Do good, do yourself. Do good. Like, God, do yourself. Do what you used to do. Do what, like, I really don't want to do, like, like, I'm just like, do as you always do. If you want to take it, take it. If you don't want to take it, okay, no, wow, do as you do, God. Like, you're always God now. I know they do again. And I remember saying it on my bed that day. And a couple of days later, I told my friend, like, oh, this is prayer request and everything. I told someone about it. And I didn't even tell her I told her before I even said that. And then there was a day that, Apostle Aaron was doing, we're still doing the prayers, but like it was a 40 days prayer, T30 devotional. And I wasn't even feeling fine during that period. That was the period where I had gotten admitted and I was discharged. I was just taking my time at home resting because it seems like my body was like, you're not doing it again. I don't tire for you. So I was just breaking down. And so I was on my bed that morning. I couldn't sleep. You know, when you're sick, your sleeping schedule is like trash. So I wasn't necessarily sleeping and I wasn't necessarily awake. And I just see a message enter my phone like, I'm pretty sure, are you up? Or Irene, I don't even remember. I think it was Irene. And I'm like, hey, what's up? She's like, oh, go to the 30 devotion. And when she said it, I just like, maybe she even messaged me. It was like reflex. Like, I just went to text her and like, I opened it. But I didn't see, her message now like came in through the drop down notification or whatever. And I see there's a word for you there. But I'm listening and I didn't say anything. So I was about to be like, okay, well, maybe the word is, wasn't meant for me. But then the Holy Spirit won't let me leave that 3:30. Even after I went back and then I heard Apostle Aaron. Like, to tell you how much it shocks me, I cried because it was like God saw me koroju. How this is it as English? God saw me face to face, eye to eye, and looked me in the eye and told me, see, you are telling me that, or you're asking me, because to join I was asking, like, how can I do all these things that you've put in my hand? How can I achieve what you want me to achieve with this back? Like, it literally is the one factor in my life that hurts me a lot. How can I do all these things, And at that moment, Apostle was like, I'll put up that video. I literally went to go and screen record it, and I'm going to put it up. He was like, there's someone here in the realm of the spirit. God is saying that you have a back problem. I'm hearing spine issue. I'm hearing, was it spine he said? Yeah, I think it was like spinal bleed or something like that. Like, I'm hearing spine issue, and you're asking God, how can I do the things that you've placed in my hand to do with this problem? And God is telling you, he has heard you. He said, I'm hearing that you are healed. And at that moment, I was just like, I know God sees me, but it felt like he was there at that moment and looking in my face and telling me that's what I'm saying. And for me, it was just all I needed to hear. It was all I needed to hear. I have and I am so, done kind of with scoliosis. But at that moment, I truly understood that God has a purpose for everything. I may not see it, I may not understand it, but he does. And so, minus be creating awareness for scoliosis in this month, I'm just going to be telling you a couple of things. Sorry. And I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to be telling you a couple of things about scoliosis that I do not like. And yeah, I do think I like anything about scoliosis. but also how I don't let it affect me. I do let it affect me a lot of the time, but I'm trying to better navigate that. So yeah, follow me if you have not on RMP__, and you will know about all that. Anywho. So back to the scoliosis talk. For those of you that don't know and have refused that, even while I was talking to this to you, did not make up your minds that you were going to go and listen to my episode on scoliosis. I'm going to tell you what scoliosis is so that it will not say I'm disturbing you. Scoliosis is the curvature of the spine. So, everyone else, apart from scoliosis, people that have scoliosis, I don't know how to say this, but your spine is usually straight. And people with scoliosis spines are usually, in S curve or in C curve. Now, scoliosis is different from kyphosis. And it's also different from, there's another one, I can't remember, but it's different from kyphosis. And you might mix them up if you're not careful because they tend to look alike. So except you actually go and take an x-ray, you cannot tell for sure if it's scoliosis or kyphosis. Well, to me, I'm not a physiotherapist, so I really cannot tell for sure. But scoliosis is S curvature of the spine. And the degree or angle could be different for everyone else. Now, one thing I want to let you know is that, scoliosis has no specific cause. Up to now, my mother, especially me and my mother, we always like say, "Mel, is that accident that happened that time? Or when it's when you fell from bunk? Or it's when you were critical? Or is it?" To be honest, we don't know which one it is. But according to what my physiotherapist said when I was diagnosed with it, so I have adolescent idiopathic scoliosis. And that means it happened when I was an adolescent. Some people are born with it, but I had mine. I developed mine when I was an adolescent. And one thing that the doctor said was like, that it could be as a result of growth spurt. We're very tall in my house. And I'm sure I would have been taller than this if I didn't have scoliosis. But yeah, it could be as a result of, growth sprouts. But before then, I believe that I'm partially the cause for this because I already had a very bad posture. Like I had a terrible posture before then. And I always liked carrying heavy books in my bags. So, and my mother would always buy all these like rolling bags and I would still carry it on my back. Jesus. I don't know what was tired of me when I was small. But yeah, I had a very terrible posture and, I feel like that contributed to it in some sort of way. It definitely did not, but it's just, I always have it at the back of my head, like, okay, maybe if I stood straight. But to be honest, you could never really know. And I feel like one thing that didn't help was also not knowing exactly what it was. So I was hunched over, but everybody just assumed it was hunchback. If I did go and take an x-ray because I was changing schools, I most likely would have, my scoliosis would have progressed so bad that it would be very noticeable. Now, sometimes when, I'm talking about it and I'm saying, this is what it is, let's be conscious about people are like, I didn't really notice it on you. I'm like, thank God for that, because if you had seen me when I was first diagnosed, guy, you would know. Like, people in my out-of-burning house and people knew, but like, I always used to feel like so targeted, like, why are you saying that kind of thing about me? And to be annoyed and everything, but they were just trying to help in their own way. But because we really didn't have the knowledge of what exactly it was just hard to navigate all through that. Number one. Now, I know I've been saying that I'm going to be talking about scoliosis a lot more, but to be honest, I don't want it to be necessarily want it to be my personality, especially on my page, because I'm much more than that. And I believe that God has a purpose for why I have it. No, I'm not saying God gave it to me to punish me. God does not give people sickness. God does not give people, disabilities or anything. But we're created in His own image. We're created in His own likeness. And there is a purpose for why it's there. There's this pastor that I like to listen to and I like to watch. I've always liked to watch him and it could be because I have scoliosis, but I've always liked to watch him. He has no hands and he has no legs. And he's doing signs and wonders. And I remember one time, at a point in time, I was wondering, like, do people ask this man, like, why have you not asked God to heal you? Like, He is God. He can give you legs and hands, and it really was stuck in my head for the longest time. But he doesn't care. He preaches, he goes about preaching the gospel, goes about doing what God has sent him to do without any iota of doubt. And it's so beautiful to me. It looks beautiful. It has always looked beautiful to me. I never understood. Even when I was an unbeliever, I just didn't understand it. But it was just so beautiful to see someone, break the barriers of disability and actually do what they've been called to do. And so it pisses me off when I see people talk, judging, acting like they have this disability, or looking at people, with a certain outlook of life, like because you're disabled, you can't do this. My dear, it will shock you that it's people that are disabled that can do what you are saying they cannot do. And I would tell you for a fact that it would shock you. You will see somebody that's, you're like, this person is... Let me even give you a story. When I was in secondary school, there was a girl that came to my right wire in my school, and she had like, what they call it, hearing aids. That girl was freaking smart. Like freaking smart. In my head, I'm like, damn, she was smart. And it was just so beautiful to see. It's just so beautiful to see that even people with autism, you see, no one that you're looking at people with autism because of what? They are smart. They know, see, their brain is so wired differently that because you just can't understand it. Or you're saying somebody is on the wheelchair. Oh, it will not shock you that it's that person on a wheelchair that will not say, I want to make a car or something for something. They are freaking smart. See, your disability should not define the things that you can or cannot do. Just because you have one leg shorter than the other, or you can't see in one eye, my dear, let your eye just flow. Let them flow. This being Scoliosis Awareness Month, it has made me see things from a different perspective. And I do these things sometimes where I see people with like smooth backs and I'm like, oh wow, that's so cute. Like, wow. Yeah, I have a smooth back. Must be nice. Would like to have it. You get that kind of thing. And I shouldn't do that. But I'm human. And sometimes I do that. But this is me telling you that despite everything you might be saying, you're beautiful just the way you are. You are superb just the way you are. You are smart. You are kind. You are everything that God has called you to be. So do not for once, and I say do not for once, underestimate yourself because of, I have one leg shorter than the other. Do not for once. There is beauty in that deformity. There is beauty in that disability. Look at the beautiful side of it and not the bad side. And yeah, it might be hard, but seriously, look at it. Scoliosis changed me. I have to be extra careful. A couple of weeks back, I had like a mini fall, and I'm feeling it. My leg right now is on fire. My leg to like my waist is on fire. But I'm learning to push past my pain a lot of the time. Someone said something to me this past week that really hurt me. I felt like, wow, like, seriously. And I was really hurt. And I was just talking to God and I'm like, oh, wow, like, maybe if I wasn't, I didn't have this pain, someone would say this to me. But everybody is human. And I'm very sure the person might not have meant it that way. But even if the person meant it that way, no wahala. No wahala. Scoliosis has changed me once again. It's made me appreciate life more and the little things that I can do. And I feel like it pushes me past my limits because I feel like if I didn't have scoliosis, I really wouldn't be trying so much to make something out of my life. That's just my mental thinking. Though I'm sure that God is not a God of mediocrity, so you're not going to even allow me. But I'm just like saying, like, I do a lot of the things that I do sometimes because I don't want scoliosis to define me. And of course, I'm not going to let it define me. It doesn't define me. I'm different. I'm Fee. I'm R&B of Yeshua, your personal friend, your girl. Okay, back to the gist. So yeah, love up on yourself in this season if you have scoliosis. Take yourself out on a date. contribute money to something that you're passionate about, put your hand in something that you really love, learn a new skill, do something. Treat yourself, girl. It's the 1 month in the year that you can tell everybody that, excuse me, I don't know what you're saying, but I'm gonna take care of myself. Treat yourself, take care of yourself. But also doing that, create awareness. You know, I love you. You know I care for you. But you know one thing? Do you know who loves you more? Can you guess? I say it a lot here. Guess. Of course, God loves you more. And He loves you so deeply. He loves you so deeply. You might be listening to this and you might be wondering, if you got to this part, I feel like this word is specifically for you. And you might be wondering, how can I have a deeper understanding of you, God? How can I have a deeper relationship with you, God? And God is telling you, speak. You can't build a relationship when you're not speaking. He can't be the only one speaking. You can't enter a relationship with someone and then never have communication, never talk to a person, and the person is the only one always talking. It's not going to work. So speak. Speak to Him, because honestly, He's not going to judge you. If that's what you're scared of, He's not. So speak. Anyways, I love you. God loves you more. Bye.